What's up, everybody? We are your favorite hosts, Dylan and
Danielle.
And you're now tuned into the HoodTherpay podcast.
Yes, sir. Where we take you on our journey to finding love, peace, and balance through conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back
Hey,
like we never left.
hey, man. You know the vibes, bro. You know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with my favorite question of the day, favorite question of the week. Is it ¿Cómo estás? That's it, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Fuck it, just talk about. Yeah.
I think.
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy bien. You too?
Huh? That's all I know. You do it too much. I asked the question. I didn't know the response.
He's so stupid. But I'm good. I'm glad to be recording again. That devil had his
Yes.
devil was working, but
Yes,
it
the
doesn't
devil
even
had-
matter. It doesn't even matter.
The devil had his hands busy.
Because we gonna come out on top.
Yeah.
It don't even matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? And you know, the goal is just, you know, we're here to give good vibes, good content.
Absolutely.
And you know, that's what we're here for. And we do apologize, you know what I'm saying, for the time. It was definitely rough. Trying to figure things out, but you know,
Some technicalities.
yes, technical difficulties.
Yeah, but it's okay because we back.
Yeah.
And better.
Yeah, and we
Better.
figured it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I think for me, outside of that, it's been an interesting few say it's been like a week and a half.
You want to tell them about it?
You know what? Not yet.
Okay.
I feel
respect
like
it.
I feel like I'm used to doing that.
Yeah.
When good things are happening or in the works, I'm very jittery and jumpy, and I like to, hey everybody, like this is what's gonna happen. Because to be honest, I feel like I'll be having a confidence, like
It's gonna work out.
It's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm not afraid or ashamed of if things don't work out. But at the same time,
you want to keep things under
yeah,
wraps.
I want to practice being more, you know, like letting
letting
things
it
come
happen. Right.
to play. And
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
That's me. I respect that. I respect that 100%.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm gonna let it sit a while, but you know, when the time is right, you feel me? Like I will definitely know what's up.
Yeah.
And you know, it's very, very good news. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, it's been an interesting week and a half, and but what I can say is that for me personally, I recently started a blog kind of series where, you know, you guys know that I'm in the cybersecurity field, and it's a very good skill that I've picked up, you know, in college. And most people are very intimidated by, you know, the field. And you know,
it is very intimidating.
They'll say, oh, I can't get into the field, I can't do this, or you know what I'm saying, people looking for a shoe in. And you know, I'm always doing, you know, just things to work on my craft, stay sharp, stay tuned, things to add to my resume. And so, you know, why not teach somebody how to do this? You know what I'm saying, for free. And so I created my own blog on Medium. You know, I'll put the link in the description below that you guys can go check it out. And it's an in-depth walkthrough of you know, a really good industry project that I worked on. And that's the goal, right? Is to have industry skills. You know what I'm saying? That you can directly translate to the field. And you know, I want to create a series off of that project I did, just giving more industry projects and stuff. So I'm working on one right now that I'm gonna be dropped either next week or next week and a half. And yeah, I want to see where that goes. You know, hopefully I can create like my own page, YouTube channel. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We'll see where it takes you.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes.
That was really cool though. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, that means a lot from you, especially. Don't make me cry.
Not cry. All right. You're so annoying.
All right. But yeah, man, we have a lot to get into today, man. But before we get into any of that, man, I want y'all to go like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. And if you guys are audio-only listeners, remember, you can check us out on Spotify and Anchor. The link for those will be in the description below.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what are we getting into today?
Okay. So this one is spicy.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
This one is controversial.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And this one is one that I think will resonate with a lot of people out there. But you know what we're gonna talk about today is the essence of patience, or more so, the question is, should
Should I stay or should I go?
literally, thank you, but should you stay and wait for somebody to max their full potential, or if that person does not meet you where you're at, especially when you're at that level,
Mhm.
is that a sign, or is that a indication that this is the wrong place for you, this is the wrong relationship for you?
Mm. Interesting. All right. I'm ready. Let's get into it.
So, I think it's a ever so often, you know, especially couples that go throughout college, you know, when you graduate, I feel like it's it could be a difficult adjustment process.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, sometimes one graduates before the other. Sometimes y'all both graduate together, but one goes on to higher education, one starts working. And some people feel like if, you know, they're if you're not where they're at, if you guys aren't constantly kind of meeting on the same level, that one is either holding them back or one is too far ahead and you kind of have to catch up by yourself. I personally feel like it's not necessary. I feel like people too often get caught up in the the way things look, and I think less on what is needed in that relationship or what's important in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? I think people um, have a problem with accepting where they are and where people might be in a relationship, helping them nurture and grow, to be what they want to be or be what they can be. And it's more so like a look thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to tell other people like, hey, this is my partner. And, some people might take pride in being able to showcase like, oh, they do this or they do that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And I feel like there's the discrepancy between, um, you know, what, and some people might try to push others to get to a certain place because they're at a certain place they're at. And I feel like, oftentimes you can probably lose a good person by, trying to run so far ahead. What do you think?
This is, I think, very tricky, especially as a woman, because we're often taught not to look, not to marry a guy based on potential.
Hmm.
We're taught to marry a guy for what he does, not what we can see
Hmm.
or what we think his potential is.
Hmm.
And but I also think that also kind of gets mixed up in a lot of women's head, and it kind of it gets confusing as to what even is potential,
Hmm.
because potential isn't what a woman think you can do,
Yeah.
but potential is what he can do.
Yeah.
And I think the only way you would the only good way, I think, to sense out potential is what you see him currently doing.
Hmm.
I don't think you can walk into a situation and be like, "Oh, I see he has a potential to do this. If only he changed and stopped doing X, Y, and Z."
Hmm.
Like that. That's not the case.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I think you can only say he has potential to be a millionaire if he already has the mindset of a millionaire right
Right
now.
now, yeah.
If he's doing those things to become a millionaire, if he's putting in those practices, if he wants to become a doctor, you know what I mean? Like if he's not doing nothing,
Yeah.
you're not gonna. That makes no sense to logically say he has potential to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. And I think sometimes, us women, we kind of see, oh, he can do this if only he stopped and he didn't do X, Y, and Z. But that's just what you want for him. That doesn't mean that he wants that for himself, and that doesn't mean that's his potential.
Yeah.
And I think that's what that a lot of that saying is: don't marry somebody for their potential, because it's kind of based on what you want for them and not what they can do for themselves.
Yeah.
And so I think, when it comes to things like that, I think really only be with somebody that, well, not, again, it's really tricky. It gets really tricky.
Yeah.
But I think for the bigger picture, I think you should really be only with somebody that has the same mindset as you, has the same goals as you. And I think just because there may be stagnancy in one person, quote unquote stagnancy, somebody may feel stuck or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean that your goals are no longer aligned. It doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that y'all goals aren't aligned, and that doesn't mean that you guys are in y'all are looking at two different things.
Yeah.
You guys, y'all may be on different paths, but it still may lead to the same place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think it kind of just depends on why. Like, why do you feel that way? Like, why do you feel like your goals aren't aligned anymore? Or if you feel like they are aligned, then what's the problem? Or why do you feel like there's any stagnancy? Because I think that also plays a big part in why they feel that way.
So when you say goals, does that mean anything? Can that be anything, or is that specifically goals that when you say goals that are aligned, is that specific to the goals or where they see that relationship going, or is that goals, individually that you guys have to have together that coincide with each other?
Both. I think that, when you were talking about a healthy relationship, who you are individually and collectively, that is two different things, but they still have to align with each other. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like birds of a flock together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I am doing, if I like to party, I like to go to the club, if I like to drink, go, or whatever the case may be, and that's not your kind of vibe at all. You know what I mean? It will be kind of weird to feel like we can really mesh together when we don't have the same interests.
But you see, people might say that same thing as if, per se, y'all both came out of college together, right? And you did what you had to do to get yourself on par quick, and they are not really on that same time, and y'all probably, what if those two people were in the same field? What if those two people kind of did it together, and now that they've graduated, one person is figuring out like, okay, maybe I'm not in that stage, so that person can still look at that and say, oh, okay, our goals are obviously not aligned anymore.
Yeah, but like, I feel like, first of all, you just said a very big thing, college. They just graduated college. That plays a very big role. And and I guess what I was saying was, as in, you initially meet somebody, and you see that is what they're like, and you're not really, that wouldn't mesh with who you are.
Yes.
Right? Because I feel like once you're in a relationship and you're in a long-term relationship, people will change, and that will happen, and you need to be prepared for that. If you want a long-term relationship, understand that people will change. Whoever your partner, you're not going to have the same person for 10 years.
No.
You're not going to have the same person for 4 years. You know what I mean? And I think people kind of think that, like, it's supposed to be the same, or whatever we talked about in the first year still needs to be what happens in the fifth year, or this, you know what I mean? And people change, and that doesn't necessarily mean that your goals aren't aligned anymore. You know what I mean? That can still mean you guys want the big picture. It just means that you may want to do it differently, and the other person, you want to still do it the way that they talked about. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know what I mean? Unless, they are, I feel like the only only real way that it will kind of like, okay, I don't think I can rock with you, especially after all this time, is when their morals and their principles start like diverting. At least for me. Because I feel like, especially if we've gone through a lot together and life-changing experiences together, that's life-changing experiences. I should expect it to have some sort of impact and change who you are individually. You know what I mean? And if that life-changing impact has, somehow, change your morality, your principles, and what you believe in, what you stand on, and ultimately then
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You got to go your separate ways. But if not, then I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand what the problem is.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think those two things are the same for men and for women? That
What two things?
perspective of that perspective of with the example I gave with a couple that graduates together,
Mm-hmm.
and one is doing their thing, one is you know has figured it out, and one is realizes that, okay, I need some time to reconvene and figure things out. Do you feel like men? I feel like low-key men have a different trajectory or expectancy in that um regard. I feel like where I feel like it's more expected for uh that man to have the to 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 have it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and ready to get it started,
Mm-hmm.
rather than I feel like rather than a woman who has that time to get things figured out and get things
I
started. What do you
mean,
think?
they may be expected, but that's not really the reality of things.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't. I don't think the expectation really matters when that doesn't really align with the reality. Because I think anybody can be that way.
Mm.
At least from what I've seen, it's pretty much been 50-50.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's pretty much been like, I just want to figure it out. I need to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's usually the case after college, and that's usually the case after college, where
Yeah,
you want to take that time to really like get your life together,
and
figure it out, because
decompress.
and decompress, because college is a life-changing event.
Yes.
You graduate college, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm. No,
You
no funny
graduate
shit.
college, you can do anything.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Especially those with STEM degrees, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can do anything, right? And I feel like after that, especially when you're no longer under such strict regimen, you're no longer under that stress, you kind of want to like not feel that stress for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think you do need that time to really decompress before you want to throw yourself under another stressful environment
Yes.
like working.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think I don't think anybody would be wrong to not push themselves to throw themselves under that kind of stress, or
Yeah.
under that, put themselves under that kind of pressure again after they just experienced 4 years of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm like, college, like that's a big thing. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big thing. You graduate college, you know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Dropouts will tell you, yo, that shit is hard.
Yeah. And
Because
that's
it
why they dropped
is.
out.
Because it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to have like and that's what I'm saying. You graduate college, you could do anything, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do anything, and I feel like you know just because you can do anything doesn't mean that you should.
Yes.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you should.
And
Because I think after college, I think it should be mandatory that everybody get like 6 months, 9 months, a year of time to just
yeah, to breathe and you know um figure things out. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt that. I feel like I felt that, and you felt that.
Mhm.
We didn't get that
Yeah, we
year
didn't
to
get that.
decompress, and I
And I
think
think it's piling up. You know what I mean? It's piling up and it's hitting us all at one time.
yeah,
And it's like,
it's hard to deal with. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It's hard to deal with because you kind of get put in a feeling of like, damn, is this just how life is? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Like, this is what it's
Like,
gonna be. And especially in the job force, where they expect you and they ask you, oh, 5 years from now, like
mm-hmm.
when they expect you to be there for a very long
Yeah,
time, you're like, wait, I gotta
yeah,
keep doing
exactly.
this. Like,
And I feel like, especially with my experience, like I kind of been on a grind since I was like 15,
hmm
16. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I experienced burnout like 2 months ago. And to say that is absolutely insane because I'm
hmm
only 22.
hmm
You know what I mean? And I feel like I had like a crisis,
hmm yeah,
and I feel like
me too.
I feel like that's due to the fact that I've had to kind of be focused, have to be
On it
on it, had
all the
to make
time,
sure that
24/7.
my everything taken care of since I've been so young.
hmm
You know what I mean? And I was talking to my sister the other day, and I realized that she's kind of going on that same cycle of she's telling me like, yo, I gotta have this figured out. And she was telling me like, yo, like I feel like I was just dropped on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And just was just expected to figure shit out.
Mm.
And that's such a depressing like for me it made me really sad. Like, damn, bro, like I understand exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, like you shouldn't have to be going through that. You shouldn't have to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because she's assuming already that she's not even going to be able to enjoy her college experience because she has to figure out how to take care of herself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And those are very precious years of your life. I feel like you need that time to learn yourself and enjoy life, join clubs, you know, go party, like, you know what I'm saying?
Not
Go
too much
travel.
now, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to,
No,
you
yeah,
need those things.
yeah.
That's what I didn't get that in college.
Stress relief.
I
Yeah.
didn't feel like college was fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
At least, no, I met my group of people in my clique, and I feel like that's what made college really lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As to like, definitely more towards the back end
Yeah.
of my college experience. But
after I graduated.
yeah, but college was for me wasn't the typical college experience. It was very, you know, adult like. Like it was
Yeah.
just always, oh, I'm stressing about this, I'm stressing about that, I'm worrying
Mm-hmm.
about this, worrying about that. Like it was very stressful for me, and I don't want her to have that same experience. Like
Yeah.
I want her to like go and have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just so sad how, you know, much of us that's like normal for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a normal reality, and it's not normal, bro. It's
Yeah.
not normal. Like we need that time to be human,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't burn, but it's gonna hit a plateau,
Yeah.
especially when you hit that job market and things slow down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're the 1% in a million and you can hop straight into something, then you know, kudos to you. But for most, it's a
That's
very
not,
slow
especially
process.
after this pandemic, bro. I know my coworker, right? My coworker got her job in October, and she graduated 2020. No, 2019. Sorry,
Freaking crazy.
she graduated 2019, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she wasn't working for like 2 years, or she wasn't in her field for like 2 years.
That's insane, bro.
And it's just like, and that's, granted the pandemic had a huge impact on that.
Yeah.
And that's for a lot of people are experiencing that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I mean, I get it. But to circle back,
yes.
To circle back, I think that's that's the main reason why it's like, I don't necessarily think that just because college is finished that you're, and one person is slowly getting their foot or getting themselves situated that their goals are no longer aligned, or that means that they're no longer supposed to be together because they're at different places in their life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't think that means that at all.
Yeah. And
I think as long as you want a big picture, I think it can be very hard sometimes though, that when you feel like you're pulling somebody along, but I feel like what are you pulling them towards? Is it towards what you want them to do, or is it towards what they want to do? Because if now you feel like if they don't have no ambition, then that's different. Because why are you with them for the entire college experience if you felt like they had no ambition?
Exactly.
How do they have no ambition that they graduated college? I don't think that can be the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I think just that communication thing has to kind of like, find out like what does it feel like? What do you feel like they should be gearing themselves towards? Or what are they gearing themselves towards? If they feel like whatever this field that they're graduated in, that it's not really what they want to do with the rest of their life, what you gotta do with the rest of your life, that should be very important. And you should be very particular in how you pick that. And high school don't tell you this, but it should. They should definitely spend a lot of time ensuring that you get set up the right way.
But that definitely takes a high level of self-awareness and being able to understand that. I mean, I feel like once you've gone through a degree, it's like, yo, you got to stick with it or nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And
that's how I feel. And I think that's a bad way too.
It is definitely not the best way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just more so like you don't want to feel like you wasted your time
Mm-hmm.
and your money. You know what I'm saying? You went through all of that, and it's like you kind of like back to square one again.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so I think that people, you get into that mindset of like, nah, I'm already here, man. Like,
Mm-hmm. You gotta do what you
you
gotta
just gotta
do.
do what you gotta do. But I feel like if you can't find anything or any reason in what you're doing to to continue, then I think you have to switch it around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, my cybersecurity IT is a means to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's my I have bigger goals. I have bigger dreams. I want to have a very successful podcast. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I want to travel the world. I want to do all of these things. And, you know, me being in cybersecurity, like I love what cybersecurity does
Mm-hmm.
and um its initiative,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I don't get up thinking and dreaming about cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that I'm good at. It's a skill that I've built. It's a trade that I've built. And I'm gonna put my all into building this trade so I can put my all into what I really want to put my all into.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because without the trade, you won't have the resources to build up what you need to build up.
Right.
And I think that everybody should go into it with that mindset of, you know, don't look at so much what you're doing, but think about what you want to do and how you're going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
think that's far more important than because you get caught up in, oh, this is, I don't really like this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this doesn't make me happy. And, you know, obviously you should do something that makes you happy, but everything is going to have its ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to have its peaks and valleys. And I think you have to find what it is find something you like about it, find something that you rock with, and, you
Zero
know,
win on that.
huh?
Zero win on
Yeah,
that.
zero in it. Like, make that, you know, go all in on that feature.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will help you, especially when you understand that, yo, this is temporary. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is my
But for some people, it may not be temporary. Like for some people, like this is what they may not plan to, you know, travel the world or anything else. This is what they are going to dedicate the rest of their lives to.
that's not good.
To live.
No, I'm being serious though.
But
But
look,
I'm saying, okay,
I understand, but I'm saying for some people, like this is all that they're going to be doing and spending most of their time doing, and
yes,
so they don't want to hate it, and they
absolutely,
don't want to, spend 5 years dreading every each
I
day of
agree.
work.
Yeah, I agree
And
with
I
that.
think, you know, I think what I can say about that is I think you should find something that you can uh like about that field
Mm-hmm.
and go for that specifically. Because I
Yeah,
know there's a lot of different areas and a lot of different things that, each degree can get you. You can push yourselves in a lot of different directions.
mm-hmm.
And I think you just have to explore those, especially if you want to use your degree.
Yeah,
But I mean, I feel like, I think it's just very hard, especially for the other partner, when they feel like you're a burden,
mm.
or you know what I mean. Even though it's not necessarily anything that is impacting them directly,
Yeah,
I think it still has an indirect impact,
yeah,
and I think it's something that you would have to really discuss so that you guys can get on the same page about.
yeah. An in depth, like
Yeah, you
very.
can't like not be you can't be confused or be in the unknown
Mm-hmm.
as to what's going on and take steps from an unknown place
Yes,
that doesn't benefit anybody.
yes,
So I think you have to be on the same page
yeah.
about what each other is experiencing
Mm-hmm.
in order for it to kind of like, like for you guys to even really understand if you guys are on the same page or are not on the same page.
Yeah, because
If goals are aligned or not.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if I'm with somebody, I have to know that you have a plan that you know you want to see something build into fruition.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, build. Yo, I'm down to. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help you 100%
Mm-hmm.
at all times with whatever that is. But You can't just be here. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just be still. Like, there has to be something that you you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? And so I get it from that perspective of
Yeah.
like, yo, like what what do you want for yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like where do you want your life to be? But I feel like as long as that person is looking for that and you're seeing that, because there's a difference from somebody saying that they're doing it
Yeah.
and and you actually seeing them put their foot forward to do so.
Mhm.
I think as long as you see that progress and you see them trying, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Especially when it's probably different than um, you know, what you started out on and when your journey changes. You can't really base that off of college. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
college is such a safety zone, a bubble that
Yeah.
you step into the real world and you probably realize like, damn, this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
And so I think as long as you see that journey that that person is on to be their best self, um, don't let go of the happiness that you have in your relationship because that does not come often.
Mhm.
Those are rare. You have a good relationship, hold on to it with dear life,
Mhm.
bro.
Ain't much out here in these streets.
But look, I feel like back in the day, it was hard for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't really get to see, you know what I'm saying, the landscape out there. It was just like you heard from the grapevine or, bro, you have social media. You are getting a direct window to what it looks like when niggas are trash, when women are trash, when men are trash. You can see it. Look it up. It's out there. The information's out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just proven fact that healthy relationships just breed success overall.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you have somebody that's willing to build with you, willing to hold it down for you, willing to, you know what I'm saying, go the extra lengths for you, don't ever let that shit go, bro.
You will regret it. You will definitely regret it. There's a lot of I guess the wrong word would be testimonies
Mhm.
but I heard a lot of, I think this mostly comes from men though. I've heard some women say this, but I've heard a lot
Mhm.
of men kind of regret letting go of, good women that they had in their life. Because I think, I'm not sure if it was a similar, I don't really remember vividly um what the scenario was, but
Mhm.
that person was really good to them, and I think they just felt as though like they were at a different space.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it may necessarily be the same situation of what we're talking about,
Yeah.
but I think they just felt as though, like maybe I can get better, or you
Mhm.
know what I mean? It kind of like that. And
Yeah.
so, they never got better, and that person got married to somebody else. And, of course he was happy for her, but it was just like, damn, like,
I got a little something to say though. I don't like when a bag touch a little nigga pockets. You feel like, especially the woman that's there for him, the woman that's been holding it down, making sure he good, and genuinely care for them, they let them go. I don't know what that's about. Listen, I can't be around nobody like that. Like, I think that's one of the most untrustworthy people on the face of the
oh,
planet.
absolutely.
Because
Definitely untrustworthy.
the fact that you can,
Definitely not
the
loyal.
fact that you can disregard a good person, a good deed, over the simple fact that they're probably not on the same financial level as you, is scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a good look.
You have no like, you don't have any good sense of value.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because what are you leaving that person for?
And that's also what I'm saying too, where it's like women are making their own bag. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily relying on a lot of these men nowadays.
Yeah.
Some want to,
Yeah.
but a lot of them don't need you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so if you think you're gonna go into another or try and get another girl talking about you have money, all you're gonna do is attract gold diggers
Yeah.
and people that don't really care for you, besides the aspect of the
The
money that
fact
you
is you
give to
have
them.
money. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you like throw that away for like, you know what I mean, for what you think you can get better, like you think the grass is green on either side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that aspect is also kind of weird
Yeah.
because I feel like I know that it can be hard to kind of feel like you're pulling somebody along, but I don't think that it. I think you would only feel that way when you're pulling them in the wrong direction.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you
That's deep.
guys have to really get on the same page so
That's
that
deep.
you know. But I think if you are really fixated on what you guys said in year 1 and
Mm-hmm.
it's now year 4 and you are still wanting that same thing and you like nothing has changed, let me rephrase that. I think that sounded kind of confusing.
Yes, it was.
I think if the thing that you guys said y'all wanted to do in year 1,
Yeah.
right, and things have kind of changed in year 4.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not the big picture, if it's not the overall goals and morals and stuff like that that have changed,
Yes.
I is it not something that you can overlook or bypass or
Mm-hmm.
be like, okay, that's fine, we'll work around that and keep going? Is that something that is worth ending a relationship over?
Does it?
A healthy relationship over?
Well, it depends on what the conversation is, right? Because if year 1 we're jacking, we getting married, and year 5 you're not, then
Well,
that's,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
yeah. I
I
guess
think.
yeah.
I think.
But I guess that's what I'm saying. I guess it's not. That's why I'm saying it's not excluding like what we said is the big picture,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or how we said we want our lives to look like, how we said we want our lives to be,
So
and
should
morals and principles aside.
so is there things that should be the big picture? Can you say that? Wait, that probably shouldn't be what classifies our relationship, or what makes our relationship something that shouldn't be included in the big picture that people might be putting in their big picture. That
Yes,
okay.
I think people do that all the time. Like height. Like, are
Mm.
you dumb? like, like that is the number one thing on your list. You talking about height? Listen, you're either way. You're not get your child is not being a basketball player. Relax,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not happening. Relax.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think things like that, like, don't need to be a part of the big picture, has become part of the big picture.
Mm.
Silly things like that, it's not gonna sustain you.
Yeah.
He gonna get all his back on bend, and he gonna be your height anyways. It's okay. It's not that serious.
Talking crazy.
I was just saying. Like, like I just feel like things like that, it just sounds so stupid to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and guys talking about girls' weight, or even though I don't really have that conversation that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, you need something of substance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you get married, you think height is gonna make your marriage last?
No.
You think weight is gonna make your marriage? Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Some
Yeah.
weight be making a marriage.
Yeah. That is true.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Which is why you don't want to marry somebody like that.
That's
That's
a fact.
crazy. I remember some story like that where he's like, yeah, should I divorce her because she is now has 3 of my children and
Niggas
is
be
not the
talking.
same that I met her?
Nigga said
Are you
this,
dumb?
and it'd be crazy how they preface it like, "Yo, this is the greatest woman I've ever
Right,
ran into in my
right,
life.
right.
I'm sure I will never meet a woman better than this,
But I feel like
but I
it's like
want
that
to leave
same
her."
thing. I feel like it's kind of that same thing where things that don't really matter
Mm-hmm.
have kind of now started to now put the relationship on the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And things that shouldn't matter like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people, you may have lost attraction. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me because this woman has had 3 of your kids.
Yeah.
How do you not see beauty in her stretch marks?
That's crazy.
From carrying 3 of your kids.
Yeah.
From bringing you a legacy. How do you not? You know what I mean? So it's like things like that where, like, bro, like, come on, like.
But even in that sense, it's like that's not a definitive problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's always something you could do. Like, but I mean, you should understand why that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that you're considering divorce probably shows that you don't deserve her in the first place. You know what I mean? Because maybe you could be just ignorant, coming from a perspective of, you don't know better, but I'm not jacking that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you see exactly why she has gained weight. You know what the issue is. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, like, there's more value in the fact that, hey, this woman has birthed my beautiful children.
Mm-hmm.
I would have nothing if it weren't for her right now. You know what I'm saying? And, I feel like that compensates. It would for me, but
Yeah, some
I
people
guess,
don't think that. Some people don't see it that way.
but yeah, a lot of people,
Which I think is the sad part.
yeah, and this is why I spoke to in the beginning, where I feel like a lot of people, especially men, and no, not just men and women, y'all be living with a checklist. You know what I'm saying? As to what is expected and what's not. You know what I'm saying? And you guys disregard. I feel like a lot of people disregard every single thing about that person that they need. And if that one thing is not where it needs to be, it's, oh, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
You
just
lose out
sad.
on a lot of blessings that way. You lose out on a lot of good people, a lot of good things that can come into your
Opportunities,
life. Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. Because of that one little thing that's missing that doesn't even matter.
yeah.
That one little thing that's missing that wasn't even going to do you any good, anyways.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even just about relationships. I feel like it's just life, period. Right? I feel like if we just took time to focus on the things that are important,
Mm-hmm.
the quality of life would be so much better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I feel like there's only so much things that you can check on your list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think the things that give you substance that you need are everlasting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you won't feel the need to reach for more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll have everything that you need on a constant level, and you'll learn what you need along the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as you said, like, you know, the importance of, it's not, we're not telling you guys to, or we're not saying to be stagnant. We're not saying to compromise and feed into struggle love. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to really like uh 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 what's the word?
Reiterate.
Reiterate that
Yeah.
to the largest extent. I do
Mm-hmm.
not support struggle love in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? You should not have to struggle to be loved by your partner.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it means. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
not love. That's
Yeah.
abuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Love is kind and gentle and sweet. You should feel good about being loved by somebody. You shouldn't look back on your past and be like, ugh, and get PTSD from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Love is kind and gentle and long suffering. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, in your relationships, that's the I feel like that's the standard that you should set for what you should expect from your partner and yourself. But at the same time, I feel like there's just a rush to have the perfect partner, or this obsession with what looks nice or what we think is good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But and also I feel like a lot of people are running from their childhood. You know what I'm saying? Or they're running to their childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my mama was like this. That my daddy was like that. I want that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And not what they need for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
but what they need in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Figure out like what's important. There are rules. You know what I'm saying? There are fundamental things you have to have into a relationship to make it work
To make it healthy. Yeah.
and healthy. You don't just want to be in any relationship. It has to be healthy. It has to
Yeah.
add to you, not take
Mm-hmm.
away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that's the main thing we're saying is that if you have that, if you have those characteristics in your relationship, you know what I'm
You can
saying?
make it work.
It can work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they don't have the characteristics, it's not working.
Get out of there
Please,
immediately.
please, fast, run, hurdle, jump, spin,
Hurdle.
whatever you have to do,
Hurdle.
get out of there. You know what I mean? That's not the same. We're not talking to y'all.
Yeah, nah, nah. You're
It's
not
a
talking to y'all.
conversation, but we can make another episode for y'all. But please, please don't come and be like, oh yeah, okay, all right. Like this is the same conversation. No, y'all are
Nah.
completely different.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to people who are in healthy relationships.
Healthy relationships only. You got to put that in the
Thank you.
disclaimer.
Yes. I'm gonna put it with like a you know when you're in church and they tell you move your car. That's how I'm gonna put it. Yeah, we're only talking to the people who are in the process of messing up their life and letting go a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already don't have the good thing. So, you know, you guys can listen from a distance. But, you know, don't I think the word like I live my life and kind of live my life by the essence of never letting opportunities slip by me. I can honestly say I have never in my entire life like thrown away something or not taken advantage of opportunity that was given to me. And that's because I really truly believe that, you know what I'm saying? I guess I know what it's like not to have. And I feel like to have things in front of me that I can take advantage of and let it pass me by, I'm a fool. You know what I mean? And that would never give me the credibility to ever have anything to say. You know what I'm saying? That I deserve anything because you're letting your opportunity slip from your face. You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes you're human. Sometimes you just don't see it, right? But I feel like you're always provided with that chance to turn it around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like this message is so important here, because it hurts to see, like, you let a good person go, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
They're going to hurt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get over it. And somebody's going to appreciate them. Somebody's going to come and look, what the, you on sale? Like,
on sale is crazy.
You out here free?
On sale is crazy.
You out here just free and chilling?
Spencer, on sale.
You out here just free and chilling? You clearance? You're not on layaway?
Yeah, you wildin',
Nah,
bro.
you gotta scoop that up.
You wildin'.
You gotta take it up like you stealing somebody's dollar off the floor with your foot. You gotta act like nothing happened, like you just stepping on, like,
just walk away, mad smooth, mad
what?
Yo, you crazy.
And your dumb ass gonna be struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're never gonna find that. You're never gonna find that again.
Don't do that, man. That's a bad look, bro. For me, so yeah, man. I think, it's just important. Take advantage of your opportunities. This is not even just a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I think this applies to anything in life. Like, be aware and be prepared for those opportunities. And when they present themselves, you know what I'm saying? When they give you them second chances to kind of step up and do the right thing, please just don't let those things pass you by, because they come far and few in between. They're not common. You know what I'm saying? And don't sit and act like just because you this and you that things will fall in your lap.
Oh, time will tell you that is not the case. Time will definitely tell you that. But, listen, you know how many good men out there? We're gonna wrap this up, but let me just say this. You know how many good men out there that want to find a good woman and can't?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of good women out there.
Yeah.
But you see in the ocean,
yeah,
the very few fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of fish.
Yep.
Very few good fish.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think a lot of, I think it's very hard out here. Well, out there.
Yeah. I ain't out there. We ain't out there. Yeah.
Out there in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Granted, we've been out the game for X amount of years.
Yes.
But when we was in the game,
wanted to get out.
We wanted to get out.
Yeah. Here we are.
Here we are.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I think what's a good point to also mention is that relationships have their ups and downs. Relationships will never ever be smooth. It is always a roller coaster ride.
Yes.
And I think a dip in your roller coaster ride doesn't mean that it can't go up again. You know what I mean? You will have hard moments in your life. That doesn't mean hard points in your relationship. That doesn't mean it's time for a breakup.
No. It
does not mean that.
No.
I mean,
it just means you probably have to talk.
Yep.
You know?
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about this conversation. Y'all let us know, like, how y'all feel about
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where, maybe y'all you've let go of something that you regret,
or you held on, or y'all
what I'm saying?
Let us know, share your story you want to hear.
Facts,
and for the other people that are watching that are experiencing the same thing, drop some gems for them down in the comments below.
Yes, sir.
And on that note, we out.